And happy Tuesday to you. We are here. Today is Tuesday, December the 12th. This is our final wrap-up meeting of 2023. Let's just give this year of intense leadership a round of applause as we start our meeting. Commissioners, we certainly want to recognize this has been a very active year, a very intense year here in Rockdale County through all of our county departments and all of our offices, all of our elected officials throughout Rockdale County has been leading the way to get to this point today. Today is our final meeting for the Board of Commissioners here in Rockdale County. We'll be wrapping up our meeting today as we move into the holiday season. I want to take this time at the top of the meeting, a little different than what we normally do. I want to take this time at the top of the meeting to really pause for a moment to say thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you to every one of our Rockdale County employees in each and every department, every division, every elected official's office, every employee that worked through all of the cracks and crevices of Rockdale County. We appreciate you. And oftentimes you don't get to see myself and the other two commissioners as often as we would like. But we realize, as I say throughout the year, no one gets anything done by themselves. Without you, we're nothing. And we say thank you to all of our employees, every employee that works for Rockdale County. We truly appreciate you and the work that you do, oftentimes going above and beyond the call of duty, working late into the hours, in the midnight hours, not just our fire service, not just our law enforcement with the sheriff's office, but many of our departments and utilities, people in various departments doing so many different things to make sure that Rockdale County is the best state in the state of Georgia. So we pause for a moment at the top of our meeting to say thank you to all of our employees. We appreciate you and your dedication to Rockdale County. Commissioners, oftentimes when I have the chance in passing to slow down for a moment and talk to a few of our employees, I learned that it's not because of the pay, but it's certainly because of the dedication and their commitment to this community that they've elected to work here in Rockdale County. So I really wanted to make sure we started this meeting off as we close up and wrap up this year, saying thank you to all of our employees. I'm a chairman that leads by results. I'm an action guy. So I push and I push and I push all year long. All of our directors, executive directors, all of our deputy directors, divisional managers, all of our supervisors and foremen, all of our leaders in various departments, we are pushing to make sure that we give the citizens of Rockdale County the results and the service delivery that they deserve. So I want to say to you, thank you. And I want to say now to the citizens of Rockdale County, thank you. Thank you. Many of you all have this year have sent in what I like to call praise reports. It's not often that we receive good news about the great work that our employees are doing and carrying out. We welcome and we appreciate getting those praise reports, letting us know, and sometimes really just reminding us of the super talented individuals that work in Rockdale County carrying out the task to get the job done. So as we open up this meeting this morning, we say thank you to our employees, thank you to the citizens of Rockdale County, and thank you for those who penned an email to say thank you for the level of service and the level of service delivery that our employees have sent to you through the community here in Rockdale County. Now I call this meeting to order. Commissioners, as we move into calling our meeting to order, we have our very good friend, none other than the Reverend Walter Brown from the Good Hope Baptist Church, here to lead us in prayer and invocation. Come on up, Pastor Brown. Y'all give him a round of applause. He's no stranger to us.
Good morning to everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Our Father, which art in heaven, Father, we come this morning thanking you for this day. We thanking you for all you done brought us through this year. Amen. And Father, we just take time out to say we just thank you for everything you did and everything you're going to do. And Father, you said that if we ever needed you, all we had to do is call on you. And I feel like right now is a needed time, Father. And Father, we want to thank you for leading us and down these dangerous highways. And Father, we know you're the God that sits so high and looks so low. Father, we want to look down on the one that holding the position all over the earth. Father, just bless them and give them strength, Father, because we can't get along without you. And Father, when I done just pray for everybody, Father, just give me a home somewhere around your kingdom. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, Pastor Brown, and thank you to the Good Hope Baptist Church and all the work that you all do in the community to help so many people. A lot of the work you do goes unnoticed by folks in terms of you blowing your own horn, but we appreciate you because we realize that government alone cannot take care of the people, and the Good Hope Baptist Church is certainly doing its part to make a difference in Rockdale. So let's give Pastor Brown another round of applause. Commissioners, we have two special recognitions and presentations this morning, and I think we're going to, both of them are coming from none other than our fabulous talent management department. We have Executive Director Tony Holmes come up, and she's going to give us the first round.
All these beautiful faces. Good morning, Chairman,
Good morning.
Madam Commissioners. Yes, I am super excited. It is that time of year again where we have an opportunity to recognize our employees. The Chairman set off the tone this morning, recognizing our employees and our citizens. But at this time, we really want to spend some time talking about our employees and their achievements in Rockdale County. We are going to be recognizing 25 individuals this morning. That's not the service awards. These are achievement awards. These are individuals that have completed certifications. They have completed degrees. They have gone through cohort programs through our NACO Performance Academy. We have Emory University. We have the Regional Leadership Institute. And we're just excited to be able to offer these programs for our employees. So coming into Rockdale County, we focus on career development, career pathways. We called it Rockdale Training Academy. More to come. I'm going to go ahead and blow the whistle. You will be seeing Rockdale University coming in 2024. So we're excited about that. What I'm going to do right now is, and we have my team, if we can go ahead and invite them in. What I would like to do, I'm going to call up these individuals. I do want you to go ahead and stand up here. So I don't know if 25 people are all here, but however many of you are here, we want to get a group photo because, again, this is achievement time. This is to celebrate your accomplishments, not only your accomplishments, but your accomplishments that are supported through Rockdale County. The very first person, and this is going to be for our NACO High Performance Leadership Academy. This is a master certification. The very first person I would like to call up is Deputy Director Douglas Chandler. If he can come on up. Deputy Director, if you can stand over here. I'm going to go ahead and keep calling Vicki Gibson from our Technology Services Department. Director Jason Redman, Parks and Recreation. Also from Technology Services, Deborah Jackson. So I don't know if you want to come down, Commissioner, or you can stay there, but Dr. Doreen Commissioner Williams completed NACO High Performance Leadership Academy. Deputy Director Meredith Burnham from EMA. Deputy Director Joy Caldwell from Public Relations. I didn't know if she was in the back or she's out here with us. Chief Webb from EMA. Fire Rescue. And from my department, Deputy Director Kimberly Red. She's handing out certificates. So this is our completion for NACO's High Performance Leadership Master Academy, the Master Certification. So if we can give them a round of applause for this. And then we're going to do a group photo with everybody up here together. She got it. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Congratulations. And, okay. Some of these people you're going to hear, they're going to be duplicates, but we're going to go ahead. NACO also, in addition to the High Performance Leadership Academy, which is through Colin Powell, this next category is for our cybersecurity threat leadership simulation. So we had individuals that completed this as well. Trelana Carter from Technology Services. All right. Director Margaret Moore Jackson. And also Aldo Perez. Okay, so he is not here, but congratulations, ladies. I know this has been a great achievement for you, and we're extremely proud of you. So congratulations again. Okay. This next individual, she serves as our Chief Strategy Officer, and we were excited when she came to us and talked to us about this opportunity as well. She just completed a Business Intelligence certificate from Emory University. That's going to be Miss Lisa Chester.
All right.
And Lisa, if you can, I'm going to call these individuals up together so we can get y'all up in here as a group. No, you can stay up. This next individual, he is our divisional manager for animal services. He has received a bachelor's degree in business administration with a major in management from Georgia Southwestern State University with Latin High honors awarded for cum laude. That is Mr. C.G. Baker.
Wow. Yeah.
And I'm going to call her name up here again, and that is Director Moore Jackson. She completed the 2023 class of the Atlanta Regional Institute, RLI. And as we say in the Atlanta Regional Commission, I'm going to go ahead and say the best class ever was 2018.
2019, please.
Until 2023. So congratulations to these award winners for this session. We have another slide. Remember I told you guys 25 employees this year that we want to recognize. This year we also had the honor to host our second cohort for our Emerging Leaders program. This is an intensive program where they spend quite a bit of time. They actually work with another municipality. In this particular case, they actually worked with a city, I believe it was in California, Tracy, California, yes. So we were able to do a cohort, talk about leadership, talk about our DISC assessment, and really focus on what we needed to do for career pathing. This very first person that was awarded this opportunity, this go around, was Miss Janetta Owens from Public Relations. She's in the back. I know we have to clap for Janetta for her to come on out.
Our Employee of the Year.
Our Employee of the Year.
Yes.
The next person we want to call up, Mr. Michael Webb from Stormwater. Michael, come on up.
Well.
Also coming out of Stormwater, Miss Viola Harris. Come on up. All right, next we're going to call up Miss Christine Henderson. Come on up, Christine Henderson. This next person, out of finance, Stacy Lewis. Miss Stacy Lewis. And you guys see they have coordinating shirts, you guys, for emerging leaders. So they are representing today. Also, I'm gonna call her back up here again. I think we're gonna call her up several times now. That's Miss Trelana Carter. Come on up for emerging leaders. Miss Kelly Foster, come on up, emerging leaders.
Kelly.
Jana Bennett, come on up. And from my department, talent management, she's multitasking right now, Miss Andrea Davey for emerging leaders. Come on up. All right, so this is our 2023, the second cohort. We're excited. We will be doing this again. We actually launched our applications. You guys are trendsetters. I thought the first group was trendsetters. I know you feel like you're trendsetters as well. What did you call your group? What was your group name, your team name? Did y'all come up with a name? Michael's in charge. The only guy. All right. Well, congratulations, and we look forward to more to come from this group. So thank you. Congratulations. Okay. Sherlana, you just can stay up here, lady. I'm going to sit down. And these are two, go ahead and call up Mr. Steven Johnson. He has completed the Azure Administrator Certification from Microsoft. It's an endpoint administrator course helping us serve the citizens and employees of Rockdale County. Mr. Steven Johnson. Steven is not here, and we're going to go ahead and let Trelana take both because he's from Technology Services. The next person is going to be Miss Trelana Carter again, you guys. Let's give her a round of applause. She received our Proofpoint Ransomware Specialist Certification, also helping us secure Rockdale County. Congratulations, Trelana Carter. Thank you. Thank you. Chairman, Madam Commissioners, again, I mentioned earlier, we have Rockdale University coming. This is our training and development academy right now. It is about career pathing. It is about succession planning. It's about getting our employees ready. And Chairman, these employees are moving forward. Madam Commissioners, thank you again for your support for these programs. Can we give them one more round of applause?
Yes. I want to take a moment and yield to both commissioners in this space. Commissioner Washington.
Thank you all, the employees of Rockdale County, for investing not just in yourselves, but in us, because we're the direct beneficiaries, but to see that you all have put so much effort in continuing your career, but not just that, continuing that mind growth, because when you grow, we grow. When you bring a new idea, we all benefit from it, and it makes us not just a better community, but it makes you a better employee. It makes you a better citizen even. So thank all of you all for taking the time to not just invest in the county, but yourselves. And in turn, you have invested in me. This is great. Somebody said that somebody was worried about whether the question was asked, well, what if we put all this time and energy into somebody and they leave us? And somebody said, what if we don't and they stay? Yeah. So the biggest thing is, so thank you all. Thank the board for having the mindset that we have to grow our employees. We have to put them on a career path, and if they leave, that's okay, because we'll just do something for the next person. But we all benefit when you all grow. So thank you all so much for investing in yourselves in this county.
Commissioner Williams.
So I really like that. What if we don't invest and they stay? That's an interesting way to look at it. Because, of course, as an educator, always education is important. It's lifelong learning. If we're not moving forward, if we're not learning new things, we're just stagnating. Yes. And that is not good. And in fact, people who live longer are lifelong learners, and they keep moving. And it benefits, like Commissioner said, it benefits our community because of all the things they learned. I want to give a shout out to those who were in the High Performance Leadership Academy with me. Meredith and I were actually in the same small cohort, and I was really impressed with a lot of her comments and her input into the program. I just want to reiterate how important it is that we start teaching our babies, that we start teaching our young people, and that we start teaching each other. That we have to learn, we have to grow, we have to make changes in our own lives to be able to benefit not only ourselves but everybody else around us. So thank you so much for all the work that these folks have done this year. That's a lot. Thank you.
Yes, it is.
So I want to start off by saying thank you to Commissioner Washington and to Commissioner Williams. This administration has certainly been about continuous improvement and certainly career development. When you think about succession planning, I believe that this administration has been tasked since day one with preparing Rockdale County for the future. When I think about the demographic of a lot of our leadership of this organization and this county government, whether you're an elected official or whether you a senior member of leadership, it's time for us to start succession planning. And we've already started it. In fact, we started it back in 2017. Thinking about the young people and the new people who are now onboarding with us and planning and preparing for the days to come. There's a lot of conversation centered around work ethic and the fact that a lot of people don't know what those two words really truly mean. Well, it's incumbent upon us to get them ready, to get them prepared, to make sure that they can succeed us. So that's what it's been about. And I say thank you to Commissioner Washington and to Commissioner Williams, because it takes leadership that has insight and foresight to understand that we have to start planning now. Training and career development is very, very essential to the future success of any organization. And I have to say thank you to our esteemed Executive Director of Talent Management, Tony Holmes. Give Tony Holmes a round of applause. Absolutely. The energy Executive Director Holmes and her entire team brings to our organization. I just reflect back, Commissioners, earlier this year when we had the talent show and looking at all of the talent we have here in Rockdale County. We're so super excited, as you would often say, but we're sitting on the edge of our seat anticipating the talent show for 2024 and all of the participants that's going to be a part of it. But it's through her leadership, and it's through the office and the Department of Talent Management that brings the centerpiece of all of our employees together. There is no perfect county in the state of Georgia, but there is the best county, and you're sitting in it, Rockdale County. Let's give them another round of applause. Last but not least, let me just say this, the benefit for the citizens of Rockdale County. As you listen to each and every name that was called up and recognized, there is a direct benefit to every tax-paying citizen in this county, because the return on investment of having a person who's sitting on the cutting edge of technology, on the cutting edge of how to interact with people and tools and resources, and making sure, as Commissioner Washington pointed out, that we're thinking forward. There's a direct, we can't think like the folks who thought in 1975. Life in the world is different. So we have to continue to train. We have to be on the cutting edge of continuous improvement. So there's a direct benefit to all of our citizens, all of our taxpayers, a direct return on the investment when we invest in our people and when our people invest in themselves. This is a proud morning for Rockdale County to see this level of talent in one place. Let's give them another round of applause.
Chairman and Madam Commissioners, we are now in our second presentation, and now we're going to recognize, we just talked about achievement, we're going to recognize service awards. We are recognizing 6 individuals that have met 20, 25, and even for the first time since I've been here, I don't know about anybody else, we have 2 individuals that are going to be celebrating 45 years of service with Rockdale County. So We can go ahead and play this video first, and then I'm gonna call them up individually, have people come up and be able to make some comments. We want to show this right now, recognizing these individuals. "20 years of service, Kimberly Kelly, our Transportation Office Manager. We have Fire Captain Timothy Wall, 25 years of service. Lieutenant Nikki Weathersby, Sheriff's Office, 25 years of service. Ms. Wansley Moore, Victim Witness Coordinator, 25 years of service. So drum roll. I don't know what year that picture was.
Wow.
Supervisor Park Maintenance. And then Mr. Timothy.
Wow.
Thank you. PR, don't play the other video yet. Hold that one. Hold the last one. I want to hold that one for something else. So let's go ahead and bring these individuals up. Ms. Kelly could not be here, but on her behalf to accept her award is going to be her Director Kelly, to accept Kimberly Kelly's 20-year award. So come on up, Director Kelly.
So what can you say about somebody that's been a foundation for facilities and structures in RDOT for 20 years? Kimberly Kelly brings knowledge, history, and we pull from her every day to make things move, literally here in Rockdale. So we thank her for that time and opportunity, and look forward to building with her on that some more. So she's been excellent for us. So.
All right, very good.
At this time, I would like to call up Captain Wall, Timothy Wall, as well as Chief Webb, if she can come up and speak on Captain Wall's behalf.
So he is actually on duty today. He was actually on duty yesterday. He picked up a shift today, and we are running nonstop. So I don't know if y'all have heard sirens all day, but we are wide open. But Captain Wall, to say something about him, he is probably our longest tenure employee now with Rockdale Fire Rescue. We are a very young department now, so he has the most experience and knowledge, I'd say, within our department. He is a huge asset. He, over the years, we've been through a lot of changes, and he's adapted in every way possible, and not just on a fire scene. He's very knowledgeable. He handles our BA systems, which is our breathing apparatus. So without him, we wouldn't be where we are today. So it's been great working with Captain Wall. He's talking about retirement, but I keep my fingers crossed it's no time soon. But yeah, he's great for Rockdale County Fire Rescue.
Y'all give it up for Captain Wall.
And I do not see Lieutenant Weathersby, and don't know if anyone is here to speak on her behalf from Rockdale County Sheriff's Office, but she has been with Rockdale County for 25 years. And again, you heard me call her Nikki. So for those of you that have known her around, she definitely has been a pillar in this community. So congratulations to Lieutenant Weathersby. I do see Judge Wood, so I'm going to go ahead and call up for 25 years Ms. Wansley Moore as well as Judge Wood to speak on behalf of Wansley Moore for juvenile court.
All right.
A lot of people don't know what we do in the juvenile court, but Wansley has institutional knowledge. Not only does she have experience with us in the juvenile court, but she also has experience at the DA's office. And so that knowledge has served us very well. We are just so excited for her. Several of her co-workers and people who love and support her are here. So if you will stand up if you are here supporting Wansley. Here's to 25 more years. Come on, darling.
Congratulations again. So before I call up these next two individuals, I do want to go ahead and cue the video, play the video for our next two individuals, 45 years of service, Mr. Marion Wink Lester and Timothy Check. So public relations.
I can't imagine doing. Oh, my mic is hot.
North Borough, water treatment plant manager, water treatment plant.
My name is Matthew Rogers. I work for Rockdale County Park Recreation Maintenance. My position is maintenance supervisor.
My name is Jeff Cawley. I'm a lab analyst coordinator here at the water plant.
Jason Redmond, Director of Parks and Recreation, Rockdale County.
My name is Hugh Pennell. I'm the chemical maintenance supervisor here at the Rockdale Water Treatment Plant.
Tahara Wilson, Deputy Director, Parks and Recreation.
My name is Reginald Cameron, Parks Manager at Rockdale Parks and Recreation Maintenance Department. Here to talk about Wink and his overdue 45 years of service here at Rockdale County.
I've been friends with Wink outside of work and at work for about 26 years. We played softball together, traveled together. Very nice Christian man.
Mr. Wink, when I think about Mr. Wink, just think about a person that's very dependable, reliable, and consistent. It just blows my mind every time I think about the fact of how long he's been with Rockdale County and Parks and Recreation at the same position for the amount of years that he's put in with the county.
Mr. Wink is a very remarkable man. He's a man of teamwork, leadership. He's very peaceful, and he shares his knowledge. Really appreciated him when I first got here as a deputy director. Didn't know much about Earl O'Neill, but he took the time to explain things to me. He's very approachable, and he prides himself on sharing information. He's not a gatekeeper of that. So I think that speaks volumes of moving the needle forward for our department and where we're going. So Mr. Wink, you'll be missed. I appreciate you and our many conversations. You picking up the phone when I just needed to ask you questions. So good luck in your retirement. And let us know if you need anything. We're one phone call away.
My name is Marion Lester. I go by Wink. I'm the maintenance supervisor for the Rockdale County Parks and Recreation. And the reason why I enjoy and love being here is because I love the way the kids, when they come to the park, they really love the way the park is maintained. They love having nice fields, and I do it for the kids. I love to make sure the kids are happy when they come to the park. It's one of the biggest reasons why I stay.
Tim is old school. He's one of the pure loyal employees for Rockdale County.
Yeah, me and Tim go way back. I remember when I started in the business in 1985, he was at the old filter plant over on Millstead Avenue.
Tim has forgotten more than we will ever know in this business. He's kind of been like a mentor to me since I got here. And we're good co-workers, but we're also good friends. I don't know of too many people that have the knowledge he has, especially here. He's well-rounded. He's done just about everything for Rockdale Water.
My name is Timothy Check. I'm Chief Operator here at the treatment plant. I've been employed 45 years. I love this job. I've been in water treatment, as you can see, for a long time. It gets more interesting every day. As more and more people move into Rockdale, our demands are increasing, technology is increasing. It's all just a lot of fun. It's like everyone has said, it's not work if you love what you're doing.
Chairman and Madam Commissioners, I would like to go ahead and call up right now Mr. Marion Lester as well as Mr. Timothy Check, 45 years of service tonight.
Wow.
Chairman, this was definitely a treat for my office to participate in this. We were trying to figure out what do we give someone that has been with the county for 45 years. Of course, we do keychains and certificates and all those other things and clocks, but we did give them something that's signature just for them, as well as all of the things that they would have gotten from the 35 and years before. So they have a combination of all of those things. So my team, if we can go ahead and present that to them this year for our 45 year, this is a new gift. So for all of you that are here, and if you want the actual county watch, you have to be here for 45 years. In addition to that, before they sit down, I'm going to have people come and speak, but we also have proclamations for both of them, and I see Commissioner Washington is standing with the proclamation. So Commissioner Washington, I will turn it over for you.
Whereas Rockdale County has been the beneficiary of an exceptional career of service spanning 4.5 decades at the Rockdale Water Resources Water Treatment Plant by Mr. Timothy Check, and whereas throughout his years of service, Mr. Check has served in various capacities, currently holding the esteemed position of Chief Operator of the Water Treatment Plant in the Water Treatment Department, and whereas in December of 1996, Mr. Check seamlessly transitioned from the City of Conyers to Rockdale County with the acquisition of the water system, bringing forth leadership, strategic thinking, and an unwavering dedication to delivering clean and reliable water to the residents of Rockdale County. And whereas Mr. Check stands as an indispensable asset to the Rockdale Water Resources team, demonstrating a commitment to excellence that goes above and beyond the call of duty, coupled with an impeccable level of professionalism. And whereas the Rockdale County community wishes to express its profound appreciation and congratulations for the remarkable devotion and dedication Mr. Check has exhibited in service to the Rockdale County system. Upon his departure, we will miss not only the person he is, but also acknowledge that his impactful work has not gone unnoticed. Now, therefore, we, the members of the Board of Commissioners of Rockdale County, do hereby proclaim December 12th, 2023 as Timothy Check Appreciation Day in recognition of 45 years of exemplary service.
And we have one other one. All right, Commissioner.
Whereas Rockdale County has been the fortunate recipient of an outstanding career of service spanning 4.5 decades within the Rockdale Parks and Recreation Department by Mr. Marion Lester, and whereas Mr. Lester's commitment to Rockdale County began on September 5th, 1978. Well, that was a long time ago. During his high school years, where he initiated his service in the Parks and Recreation Department. Upon graduating high school, Mr. Lester transitioned to full-time employment in the same department, currently holding the position of Supervisor of Park Maintenance at the Earl O'Neill Sports Complex. And whereas Mr. Lester's career stands as a beacon of dedication, trustworthiness, dependability, and selflessness, his work reflects an astonishing and admirable level of care. And whereas Mr. Lester serves as an invaluable asset to the Rockdale Parks and Recreation Department, showcasing a passion for excellence and a capacity for continual growth and evolution in his career. And whereas the Rockdale County community seeks to convey its deepest appreciation and congratulations for the outstanding support and allegiance Mr. Lester has demonstrated in service to the Rockdale County system. Now, therefore, we, the members of the Board of Commissioners of Rockdale County, do hereby proclaim December 12th, 2023, as Marion Wink Luster Appreciation Day in honor of 45 years of exemplary service.
And before our two stellar gentlemen take their seats, I just want to say to both Chief Check and Chief Wink, you certainly both have earned the title Chief because your legacy and employment with Rockdale County is truly a testament to people everywhere in this community. And again, as I think about this new workforce that's coming on board, certainly you all are a testament to the younger people and those that are following in your footsteps. I'm not sure, commissioners, whether we'll see a day where people will dedicate 45 years to employment ever again. You all are walking institutions of Rockdale County. When your time is completely up and you're out the door, don't be surprised if you get a knock at the door. In case we stumble across something we don't know how to do or what have you, we will send Director Pete after Mr. Check and Director Redmond after Chief Wink. Give them another round of applause.
Again, thank you. I did ask them if they wanted to make any comments. They both are appreciative, and they gave me a nod. They gave me a nod. So again, congratulations to everyone this morning for achievement as well as our service awards. Chairman, Madam Commissioners, one more thing. We've been talking about achievement, and I don't want to miss anyone, and this person couldn't be here, but again, we support career development. We support tuition reimbursement as well, and so I wanted to recognize, we have someone out of Parks and Recreation right now who is graduating as we speak from Kennesaw State University. That is Jermaine Mims, so if we can give them a round of applause. They're not here. We're going to say congratulations. Much for your time, and that concludes our presentation this morning.
Thank you, Executive Director Holmes. Thank you so much. All right, we're going to pause for a quick transition for those that may have to leave and head back to work.
Because a board meeting is a lot more fun.
Yeah, right.
Right.
Well, that cleared the room. That was good, though. That was great. That's good.
All right, commissioners. I think all I can say after all of that is wow.
Wow. Right.
Yes, what a way to start our last meeting of the calendar year. But it's time to move forward with the people's business, and we'll now down to item number 4, the approval of the agenda.
I move to approve the agenda as published.
I second that motion.
It has been properly motioned and second. Are there any comments or questions? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Item number 5, the approval of the minutes from November the 14th, 2023 and December 5th of 2023.
I move to approve the minutes as presented.
I second the motion.
It's been properly motioned and second. Are there any comments or questions? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Item number 6 is unfinished business. Executive Director Rutledge.
Yes, item 573 is an ordinance to make and provide appropriations for the period beginning January 1st, 2024 and ending December 31st, 2024, to make and provide such appropriations for the operations of the Rockdale County government, its departments, boards, and other agencies and funds, including all elected county officers and their employees, to provide for the control and administration of all funds of such agencies from all sources, to provide an effective date, to repeal conflicting ordinances and resolutions, and for other purposes. This is submitted for a second reading this morning.
I move to approve the second reading and to adopt the ordinance as presented.
I second that motion.
It has been properly motioned and second. Are there any comments or questions? All in favor say aye. Aye. Motion carries. Let's give a round of applause to our
Now that it's approved, can I please make a couple of comments, because this is
Absolutely. Go right ahead, Commissioner.
Director Irizarry's first budget with us, and when I tell you, I've spent hours in her office. I've probably sent numerous emails. I've spent hours in human talent management. But everything went so seamlessly, and everything was so professional. We corrected a lot of things that we needed. We made adjustments where we needed to make adjustments. It was probably, this might have been the smoothest budget that I can recall in 7 years, maybe, yeah. So thank you for your professionalism. Thank you for taking the time to meet with me and answer all of my crazy questions. But I appreciate the professionalism, the fact that you get back to me almost immediately, if not faster. Thank you, Ms. Bonner, for keeping everything in order up there, because we know that's what you do. And I just really appreciated this process this year. Thank you.
Very good. Commissioner Williams.
So I would say the same thing and appreciate our new CFO. I think every time I approached her, it was just simply said, I need more money put here, and how can we pay for it? Where can it come from? And not that it was ever a lot, but it was enough to be significant to those departments who will receive that extra funding. I was informed last week that our accountability courts run out of grant funds, and they have to start rationing out drug testing and rides to get to drug testing, which isn't really helpful when they're called accountability courts for a reason. And so we were able to put extra funding into each of the 3 different accountability courts, as well as increase our funding to Viewpoint Health, who provides many of the services that are administered through the county, but also their presence in the county. So thank you.
So this, each year as we make our way to the final meeting of the year, and it's time for the Board of Commissioners to vote on a balanced budget. First of all, I want to give a round of applause again for a balanced budget. Let's give them another round of applause. The teamwork coming out of the leadership of our CFO Irizarry and her staff, her team, her department, we certainly do appreciate that. I also want to say to our executive leadership team and Mr. David Corbin for the collaboration in making sure that they embrace and brought our new CFO on board so that she could move and do what needs to be done. The CFO is certainly different from the CEO. The CFO brings a level of discipline in terms of fiscal responsibility and financial management and discipline to make sure each and every department, every elected official throughout Rockdale County is moving according to the rules and regulations that we really have to govern ourselves by. Understanding that the Rockdale County Board of Commissioners, only receive 18%, 18 cents on every dollar of the taxpayers that are collected in this county. And then we have to take that and disperse it out to all of these various departments and all of these elected officials. Knowing how to get it done. And as Commissioner Williams pointed out, the pop-ups, those unexpected things that matter to us, matter to our heart, matter to making a difference in the lives of people in Rockdale County. That kind of leadership is second to none. We appreciate you. We work together as a team, and I want to say thank you for your leadership and thank you for leading Commissioner Washington, Commissioner Williams, and myself to a balanced budget today. Let's give them another round of applause. Absolutely. It's certainly not easy and it's tough. Where are we now, Executive Director?
The consent agenda.
All right. We're now on the consent agenda. Commissioners, what is your pleasure?
I move to approve the items on the consent agenda as listed.
I second the motion.
It has been properly motioned and second. Are there any comments or questions? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Now we're down to item number 8, the regular agenda, and I will yield to the pleasure of the commissioners.
So item 629 is the Equal Business Opportunity Policy, policy number 2023-1-27.
I move to approve this policy as presented.
I second that motion.
It's been properly motioned and second. Are there any, you know what, before I call for question or comment, I'm going to call on Executive Director Holmes to come up real quick and give us a quick snippet on this EBO and talk about this. In fact, I'm calling the wrong director. Come on up, our CFO. Call on the CFO. They all look alike. They work so well as a team. They all look alike. Yes, indeed. I get the names all twisted.
Director Holmes was coming. She was going to do the best she could.
That's leadership.
That's that Delta spirit.
That's
like she was going
to
come and make it happen. She was going.
Good morning, Chairman and
Good morning.
Good morning.
So happy to be here. It's a great day in Rockdale County. Thank you for all the compliments. The finance team makes me look very good. Excited about the EBO ordinance and policy that we've presented. We have adjusted that to a $100,000 threshold. If you have any questions, I'll be happy to try to answer those for you.
And why don't you tell the public a little bit about the EBO and what does EBO stand for?
Absolutely. The EBO is the Equal Business Opportunities, and what we would like to do here in Rockdale County is make sure that historically underutilized businesses have an opportunity. They have the opportunity to bid on projects, to work in our county, not only live and play here, but work here as well.
Madam CFO, thank you so much. Commissioners, I wanted to call the CFO up because I think it's important that we reiterate to our citizens and to the community that we are not just calling ourselves or simply saying that we are an equal opportunity employer, but we also are equal business opportunity organization as well, making sure that those minority businesses, women-owned businesses throughout Rockdale County and the region, should I say, have an opportunity to come in and do business here in Rockdale. It took us a long time to get there, and I want to say thank you to the leadership of Commissioner Williams and Commissioner Washington and our staff for this. What is your pleasure? We have I think we have a motion and a second.
That's
all
right.
in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you so much. Next item, please.
Item 630 is an ordinance amending Division 3 of Article 6 of Chapter 2 of the Code of Rockdale County, Georgia, providing authorization for an equal opportunity program for Rockdale County. This is submitted for a first reading.
I move to approve the first reading, waive the second reading, and to adopt this ordinance as presented.
I second the motion.
It has been properly motioned and second. Are there any comments or questions? All in favor say aye. Aye. Motion carries. Next item, please.
Item 631 is a text amendment case 2023-07. This is an ordinance to amend the Code of Ordinances of Rockdale County, Georgia, specifically Section 10-94 of Chapter 10, Article 2, Division 2, pertaining to off-premise sale of distilled spirits, to provide for an adoption and effective date, and to provide for other lawful purposes. This is submitted for a first reading.
I move to approve the first reading, waive the second reading, and to adopt this ordinance as presented.
I second the motion.
It's been properly motioned and second. Are there any comments or questions on this one?
Just thank you for all of the hard work that Planning and Development did. This should be something that our citizens should be very proud of because we are this is a direct result of us saying that we hear you. We were not happy with the direction of some of the retail establishments that were coming to Rockdale County. Now they are severely limited, so we should be able to move forward and get a better variety. And also this shows standards of what we will accept in this community, and I know we have other things coming, so I look forward to next year with those other things also.
Okay, all right, very good.
We vote.
So we call for the vote?
Call for the vote, yes.
All right, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Thank you so much. And next item, please.
All right, item 634 is the adoption resolution for the capital improvements element annual update for 2023.
I move to approve this resolution as presented.
I second that motion.
It's been properly motioned and second. Are there any comments or questions? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. Next item, please.
Okay, item 635 is a resolution authorizing the per diem increase of the state court bailiffs of Rockdale County.
I move to approve this resolution as presented.
I second the motion.
It's been properly motioned and second. Are there any comments or questions?
Well,
Yes.
Oh, go ahead.
I was a little flabbergasted to read that they only receive $75 a day to come and provide those services in the court. That's not very much. And I wholeheartedly support raising that to $100.
Commissioner Washington.
I also was, I think, more than flabbergasted at, I'm even flabbergasted at 100. You all know I was in favor of at least giving them the minimum that we pay everybody else, but I will be in support of the $100, and hopefully we can talk about this and do something different. If the courtroom management is so important, so that the process is orderly, and our judges rely on the bailiffs so much to keep order in the courtroom, to manage it, especially during a jury trial when there's so much going on. And as an attorney, you rely on the bailiffs for security, for courtroom management and everything. And I really do believe that if there's anybody that should be getting at least what we pay the smallest person or the least amount paid in Rockdale County, it should be the bailiffs. But we'll start with $100 and we'll talk about another adjustment later.
It has been properly motioned and second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carries. Next item, please.
All right, so item 636 is a requisition through the General Services Department for prime contractors. This is for the demolition of Talent Management and Tax Assessors Building. The amount is $119,880.29.
Commissioners, what's your pleasure?
I move to approve this requisition as presented.
I second that motion.
And it's been properly motioned and second. I'm not asking for questions and concerns. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Motion carries. That deserves a round of applause.
Yes, it does.
General Services. In all seriousness, Commissioners, I do want to say certainly thank you for the support, and thank you to Director Hammer and his team for leading the way in terms of general services with our facilities across Rockdale County. As we continue to move in a future and a forward direction with our government judicial complex, these things are very critically important that the citizens of Rockdale County can see the progress. They can see the tangible progress. They can see the evolution of our community coming together, moving in a forward direction. I've asked Director Hammer to make sure that he installs a time-lapse camera because when we reflect, oftentimes I talk about 1975. As we reflect over the past, we will be able to look, Ms. Chester, as we reimagine Rockdale into the future. And all of those who are on board with us in a positive way, and even the naysayers, will celebrate with us as we do the groundbreaking to move the county forward. Let's give them another round of applause. Next item, please.
So item 637 is with the Atlanta Food Bank through the Parks and Recreation Department, the Senior Services Division. This is a memorandum of understanding to authorize Senior Services to act as a distributor of commodity foods. The term is January 1st, 2024 through December 31st, 2024, and this is at no charge.
I move to approve this contract as presented.
I second the motion.
It has been properly motioned and second. Are there any comments or questions? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carries. All right, we're going to keep this train moving. We're going to move right into public comment at
So I
this time.
don't have any cards that have been turned in. If any,
They had the awards. They had moved.
So we've got a card coming from Ms.
Any
Turner,
cards?
and then we've got
Okay.
another card coming as well. Thank you so much.
Okay, while they're filling it out, I'll go ahead and read the disclaimer.
Thank you.
As a reminder, public comment is limited to 3 minutes per speaker. Comments relative to any issues that are currently going through the public hearing process, matters that are in active litigation, political campaigning, or partisan politics will not be heard in this meeting. Speakers are to address the chairman, not each other or the audience, and are expected to conduct themselves in an appropriate manner. The use of abusive or profane language shall not be allowed. No debate or argument between speakers and/or members of the audience shall be permitted.
All right, very good. Come on up, Ms. Turner.
Good morning.
Good morning.
And Merry Christmas to everyone. This is the last meeting of the year. I spoke on this before, Chairman, about the handicap parking. Citizens are, when they come out and it's a full meeting, as I stated before, they're stopping traffic by dropping their handicapped person off right in front of the Assembly Hall. And yesterday, last night at the 6 o'clock, Mr. Bob Baller, myself, and Tina Hobbs. Mr. Baller is 82. He's not, he kind of stumbles. It's hard getting across the street, but he did it. I spoke before about these parking spaces, that those signs are all for county employees. I know you said at the new complex that there's going to be plenty of parking, but we need that now. It only takes the transportation department to come out and change at least 2 or 3 of those signs. All the handicap here is behind the building. You cannot come in from that side. The other handicap is across the street. There's only one, and I think it should at least be 2 or 3. I think there's something under the ADA that require that the handicap be so far from the entrance, which I will investigate and get the facts, because but I've been in business before, and I know that there was a requirement. So if you can consider that until we move to the new judicial complex, I would greatly appreciate it, because I'm helping Tina across the street or helping her down the stairs. I have a lot of hardware in my body, so so the handicap is helping the handicap, and we are just very far away. Thank you. I appreciate the time.
Ms. Turner, thank you for all that you do on behalf of the citizens of Rockdale County.
Okay, I did have one other point, since I have a minute and 2 seconds. Is that okay?
Certainly, go right ahead. This is
yes,
the end of the year wrap up. Go right ahead.
Okay. The other thing is that I was concerned about the homeless in the warming center. It has been in the low 20s a couple of days this week. I did speak to Deputy Morgan. I had to look at your tag, thank you. And he said, no, it has not been open in the last 48 hours, which that's when it has been the coldest. If anybody in here can tell me where the homeless hang out last year, and this year as well, I have blankets in my car, and I drove all over down by West Street and behind places, and I could not find them. So that will help me out greatly.
Okay.
Okay.
Thank you, Ms. Turner. And thank you for all that you do on behalf of the citizens of Rockdale County. All right. Chief Bourne, come on up, Chief. Yes, sir.
First thing I would like to say is good morning, Chairman Nesbitt, Commissioner Washington,
Commissioner Williams.
Good morning.
And to all the directors, support staff, and everyone in attendance. There's no one left, just us. All right, and everyone online. My name is Peter Bourne. I am a retired Chief Petty Officer who served over 20 years in the United States Navy.
Just give him a round of applause for his service.
Thank you. I've been a resident of Rockdale County since 2014, my retirement. My beautiful wife, Ro, and I run the Bourne Alliance Group located at 2445 Salem Road in the Ingle Shopping Center, where we focus on taxes, tax planning, and VA claims assistance for veterans, which we really hold passionate.
And Chief, they're asking me to ask you to, we've got this high fancy new microphone system. They want you to lean
Get a little closer.
More.
Can you hear me now?
Use your chief voice. Yes, sir.
I don't want to do that. I don't want to scare nobody off in here. All right, so it's been an entire year since I stood here before you guys, and it's been a good year. You've accomplished so much for this community, and I want to say thank you. When I first moved to Rockdale County, no one knew where it was. That is no longer the case. Everyone seems to see the value in living in Rockdale County now. With the hard work that this government body has put in, the value will continue to increase, not only just for local businesses, but for everyday citizens who call Rockdale County home. Last I spoke here, I spoke about leadership. Today I would like to talk about professionalism. Professionalism does not mean wearing a suit and carrying a briefcase. Rather, it means conducting oneself with responsibility, integrity, accountability, and excellence. In this definition, you will not hear the word perfection. No one expects you to be perfect, just professional. The same way when the citizens of Rockdale County come to this very hall to speak, we should expect the same level of professionalism. Over the past year, I've heard some serious, unprofessional speech from this very podium. I have to ask the citizens of Rockdale County, this amazing county, to remember to maintain the same professionalism that we require from our representatives. Ask not what Rockdale County can do for you, ask what you can do for Rockdale County. Lastly, I want everyone here to take the time out given to us by this wonderful holiday season to relax, reflect, rejuvenate, and come back stronger. And continue to fight for this community. The work does not stop. Thank you from the Bourne Alliance Group. Happy holidays.
Thank you.
So much. Thank you, Mr. Chief Bourne, and thank you for all that you do on behalf of the citizens of Rockdale County. Commissioners, we're going to move right on into board comment. I'll start with Commissioner Washington.
Sure. My first shout out is to Peak Chapel Elementary School. Last week I had the pleasure of giving a pizza party to the children that had completed their sight words. So we had one gentleman who had completed over 1,000 sight words, and it was from kindergarten on up to 5th grade, and I was so excited to be invited to participate in that. So I forgot the principal's name, but she did an outstanding job honoring them, and they were amazing. So there's so many amazing things going on in Rockdale County Public School. I encourage people that are critics of the school system to volunteer in the school system. You will be blessed, almost more than you blessing the children. Go do a day, volunteer, because those children are amazing and they deserve our support. The second thing was the Piano Keys for Christ had their holiday recital this past Sunday. Not only was KJ in the recital, but our own state representative, Doreen Carter, has been taking piano lessons and voice lessons. And so she was in the recital. Also, I do have a video, but I am charging. So if anybody would like to see the video, you can go on my Facebook page.
I might
it's on
need that,
there.
Commissioner. May I please have it?
But her video is on there. But if you like the unedited version, then you can definitely pay me and I will get that to you. But it was an amazing job. And if people don't know Representative Carter, she is also a songstress. So she played her piece and then she got up and sang. And I thought I was at a Broadway musical. great job to Piano Keys for Christ, State Representative Doreen Carter, of course, KJ, Kevin, but Jasmine, my daughter, got Mother of the Year. So I was just sitting there beaming. I'm surprised they didn't send fire and rescue to me because it was so much light coming from me sitting there. So that was also great. My final comment is, this is the season of giving, but I would like to thank first you all for all that you all have given me this year. This has been, I can't believe it's December and this year is almost over. Everything went so fast. January always a little slow because, you're not doing much in the beginning of January, but from February on, we moved. And we have done so much this year. We've gotten so much accomplished. And to me, it's sitting, getting ready to come here this morning, I was thinking about all the things that are finally coming to fruition. Everything from, I was thinking about where we started with technology. If we had the pictures of how that the technology looked and getting people threatening our ransomware twice and couldn't get online because the weather, we had windstorms and was blowing us off a line. And now not only do we have a world-class technology service, but they're world award-winning. They're getting all these certifications. They're doing everything fire and rescue. Gosh, we came from a 7 insurance rating, whatever the thing is, 2. Now we're at 2. We're working on 1. We have a strategy officer. So now everybody who's asking us for the plan, we're seeing the plan. We have a water and resources director who got up at the CRETSI meeting and shut everybody down when they were talking about capacity and just gave them piece by piece, planning and development. Oh my goodness, we're moving and planning. I can't even start talking about Parks and Recreation because I think we have the best Parks and Recreation department ever. All of the things that they do, transportation, I've talked about your advocacy for transportation, and now we really, really see it. So I can go on and on. PR, on all the things that you all do. It's like this is the end of my 7th year, and where we've come as a county has been amazing. And where we're about to go as a county is even more. So first of all, thank you all to you all as we move through this holiday season of gratitude, but thank you to the staff. But most importantly, thank you to the citizens of Rockdale County, because we hear you, we understand, we're getting there, but we've come so far and we have so much more to give and be, and they are rooting from us. I had somebody stop me at the grocery store this week. She's like, I see Commissioner Washington, I see what you all are trying to do. Then I had somebody else stop me and ask me, what am I doing with their taxes? So it's a double-edged sword. So I took both of them to heart. But anyway, so that's pretty much everything I have. Thank you all. But most important, thank you to the citizens of Rockdale County, because it has been my absolute honor and pleasure to sit here as your Post 1 commissioner, and every day I try to grow with this position and do things that will, is always in the best interest of this county. That's it. That's all I got. Until Commissioner Williams says something.
Commissioner Williams?
So as I was getting ready this morning and driving down here, I thought, this reminds me of the last day of school when you're a teacher. Because the year, you do so much and the year goes by and it seems like it'll never come to an end. And then all of a sudden it's here and it's like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. And it's a good feeling to know that we've worked really hard this year. Really hard. And I think you can see from all of the achievement awards that were given out the staff has worked really hard also. I really enjoyed the High Performance Leadership Academy, but I breathed a sigh of relief the day it was over. Because it was intense. Right. And I learned a lot and appreciated the opportunity to do that. But I think, and then I thought about how each one of us either serves or leads a state or national committee and multiple committees. I don't know that there's another board in this state where all of the members of the board are involved statewide and nationally. Because it's often, when we go to ACCG conferences or NACO conferences, you don't see everybody there, complete boards that are there from around the state. Part of that, I think, is they're not completely invested in the development of the commissioners. And I think that's one thing that's really key about Rockdale is that we have invested a lot of funding into not only our employee development, but also into our leadership development, which pays off in terms of the knowledge that you learn, the ideas that are coming from around the United States, things that we can do differently, things we can do better. Many of the changes that we've made have come because of something that sparked our attention at one of those state or national conferences. Plus the fact, when I think about it, because we attend those conferences, I know that we have received opportunities and funding at the national level because we know people, because we've developed relationships with those people at the state and national level. And so it's almost like our involvement and the cost that it is, and there is a cost associated with sending us to conferences, comes back to us multiple times because of the grants, the opportunities, and the information that we learn. So I appreciate that opportunity. I spoke earlier about lifelong learning. You just can never stop learning. And the more you know, the more you realize you don't know.
Exactly.
Because there's so much out there. Yesterday, I had an opportunity to attend the ribbon cutting, which was McCarthy and Barnsley, who is our construction manager at risk for the judicial and administrative complex, and they had a ribbon cutting over at the chamber yesterday morning. And that was interesting because the purpose of that was to introduce to the community how they want to use the chamber in a partnership in building our judicial and administrative complex. They want local businesses involved and working with us, which ties in with our EBO, our whatever that stands for, Equal Business Opportunity resolution that we passed this morning, that outreach to our community, to reach those businesses that are underserved, underutilized, I should say, letting them know what's coming and how to get involved in this major, major project that's coming, that's already underway. So that was really interesting to me to be at that event. And then one last thing. Last week we talked about fire and rescue, and maybe it was last week, I don't know. Sometime recently we've talked about fire and rescue and how they are often the first ones on the scene, and that kind of thing. So we had to call 911 this week for my husband. He's fine, but I heard the sirens coming, and lo and behold, it was the fire truck that was there first with Lieutenant Bowen, who was making sure everything was going on, making sure I had all the information I needed. And it just reminded me that the ambulance was not far behind, but fire and rescue was there first. And so that EMS paramedic training that those people have becomes really, really valuable. So I appreciate that. I wish everyone a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, that you can find peace. Nobody leads this perfect life, but hopefully we can all just sort of step back, reevaluate all the good things in our lives. We've just had Thanksgiving and we move right into Christmas. And it really is a time of reflection, I think. And so I invite each of you to reflect on the good things going on in your life.
Very good, Commissioner Washington. I'm sure you've had some thought-provoking additional comments.
I don't know if it's thought-provoking, but we are having the East Metro Business Network meeting tonight they'll be there from 6 to 9, but of course I'll be at the drop-in to start. Then we'll move over there. Tonight our guest speaker is Sheriff Levitt. He's going to talk about public safety in Rockdale County, so I'm looking forward to that. So it's at the Juicy Crawfish that's on 138 from 6 to 9 this evening. I don't know if I said happy holidays to everybody, so I do wish you all a happy holiday no matter what holiday you observe. I want you to really hone in the spirit of giving, in the spirit of gratitude, and the reason for the season. So that's it.
All right, very good. Thank you, Commissioner. Right before I give closing comments here, and we are making our way to the wrap of our meeting, I do want to call up Director Andrew Hammer, who is our General Services Director. And while Director Hammer is coming up, Executive Director Rutledge, I can't recall the number of years. Now, just a moment in history here. This facility that we are currently in was the old First Baptist Church. Do you recall the number of years they spent on this campus before moving to 138?
The church, or when we moved in?
The church.
So this is an add-on, like an annex to the original First Baptist Church, which of course is the other piece over here, and that was what, 1870 something. Okay. We moved in 2000, so we've been in here a minute too.
Okay. So. We inherited all of this during the purchase in 2000.
Yes, we did.
All right, that's a perfect segue for Director Hammer to give us an update about what's happening and what's not happening with our ADA compliance. All of those robust members from the congregation operated here many, many years, and we've picked up that. Tell us where we stand with this concern about the ADA and that dangerous slope out there.
Yes. Good morning, Chairman, Commissioners.
Good morning.
Excuse me, I've lost my voice. It's coming back, but hopefully I'll be able to get through this one. Yes, whenever you have a sidewalk, whenever you have parking, whenever you have an older building, especially in a downtown area, parking is obviously part of the problem. Approach and ADA especially. The Americans with Disability Act does have very specific items that are required in terms of a parking space. We've had to adjust some of our spaces over the years, even the two that are down in the parking lot on the other side. We replaced a few years ago, had to create a concrete pad. It has to have a certain slope. It has to have a cross slope. It can't be tilted in any way. The approach has to be right. There's a lot of pieces that go into it. You'll even notice a lot of places, Kroger recently did an upgrade. If you've ever gone there, they've changed some of theirs. Publix did the same thing. So ADA parking and the approach to the building are one of the challenges of all buildings that are older, that date back into the 1800s. especially when they're on a city street, and that's the challenge that all of these buildings face. We did, and I appreciate Ms. Turner's comments, we did have our ADA consultant come out. He's the one that helps us evaluate all of our buildings, make sure that we're in ADA compliance, and then try to figure out what to do with the especially challenging ones like this one. And as a matter of fact, his recommendation when the church was here, I believe they had the 2 spaces over there striped for handicap accessibility. His recommendation was to remove that. And the reason is when you create an ADA space, it has to be compliant. If you call something an ADA accessible space and it is not compliant, you actually create liability for the county. And I know that's hard to accept because you would think that, well, at least you do something to try to make an effort to make it. But the problem is if you have a space, for instance, where the door would open, the person would get out of a wheelchair and wouldn't be able to stop because of the slope, then you're actually causing a situation where you're harming somebody that wouldn't otherwise be. So all of those factors we have to try to take into, try to do the best that we can. Those spaces in particular, neither the slope, the cross slope, the approach, the hatching that goes across it, nothing met ADA compliance at all. And in order to make it ADA compliant, you'd have to recreate the entire driveway. This would affect the roadway. It would affect drainage. It would affect the neighboring property in order to try to get it flat and level. If you walk out there, you notice it slopes up and then it slants down and it slopes backward and it goes this way and then it crosses. So to try to do that would be really a huge undertaking. And so what the consultant then evaluated the complex as a whole, and he said, you are compliant because that's not public parking. It's reserved spaces for staff. The public parking is either in the parking lot behind the building that has compliant spaces or in the city lot across the street. We then looked at the city lot and the ADA parking that was in our parking lot, and his conclusion was that we did meet ADA compliance because when you look at a building that's on a city block, the ADA spaces by code have to be some of the first accessible spaces in the public parking lot. So if you notice, if you go downtown or if you go into Old Town or someplace in Atlanta, you have high rises and there's no buildings that are right there. So you don't have to create ADA spaces like along a main street. You have to, wherever the public parking is, the first several spaces that are closest to the access have to be ADA accessible. So I know it's not the best answer, Ms. Turner, but when we evaluated both a county lot and then the city lot, and it is a distance, but that does also meet ADA, that where everyone else parks, the handicap accessible space would be there and they would follow the same path down the roadway, down the accessible ramp, across the hatched area at the crosswalk, and then back up and then into the administration building.
Well, Director Hammer, I certainly appreciate you bringing the technical aspect of all of that, and we received that, the Board of Commissioners. I do want to say that one of the unique things about Rockdale County is that we really try to accommodate all of our citizens to the best of our ability. We have a good number of residents who frequent, particularly this board meeting, and we want to make sure that we don't create more of a liability, as the director talked about, by doing some type of modification or configuration to the slope, the very dangerous slope out there, or to impede the traffic in front of the very busy main street in front of this facility. In the parking lot, we do have access to our rear entrance. We do have an elevator. For those folks who need some extra help, Deputy Director Cardwell, I want you to put your creative thinking cap on and figure out, how do you get a message? How do we get a message out, particularly to those who come on a frequent basis, who need that extra assistance to be able to enter through the administrative side of the building? And that's not a lot of people, but those who need that extra assistance, where we're not creating any additional liability on the roadway as well, that very dangerous for a person who don't have any type of disability. Just simply walking down that incline could create a problem, particularly if you have on the wrong type of shoes or if it's raining and wet outside. So we want to make sure that we are hearing from our general public. There's more than one way of skinning a cat, and I think this is just another way to do it. So I do appreciate Ms. Turner coming forth, and she has pointed this out a couple of times. And I really, Director Hammer, I really appreciate you educating us and educating the general public. However, Deputy Director Caldwell, I know the PR staff is very creative. So if you all put your thinking caps on, as I've asked, and come back with a way that we could inform those citizens, those residents, particularly, again, those who frequent our meetings, so that they'll know that they have an additional, I'm going to call it a VIP access to our facilities, so they can be a part of the meeting and we not create an additional liability to someone or create a traffic hazard out there for police, fire, or an ambulance, or for regular traffic for that matter. Thank you so much, and certainly appreciate you giving us that as we move forward. I want to just wrap it up here, and I want to, first of all, I want to go back to the way we started our meeting. I want to talk about our employees. Let's give all of our employees another round of applause. Absolutely. Commissioners, we have to be so proud to know that we have a very talented group of employees throughout Rockdale County. The level of achievements in so many various areas and categories speaks to the volume, and it's not just the volume, but it speaks to the level of character of all of our employees and the leadership, as I made mention to earlier, coming out of talent management. When I thought about the fact that Executive Director Holmes kept mentioning Miss Trelana Carter out of Technology Service, I thought about, she feel like she probably receiving a Grammy, about 8 Grammys. She came up about 7 or 8 times this morning, and because she's made that investment. But that's the kind of dedication and commitment that we have from so many of our county employees. But then to think about Chief Check, Tim Check, and Chief Wink Lester from Parks and Recreation, 45 years of service. We can't glaze over that, folks. That's a big, big, big deal. And I just like to get both of those gentlemen in a room and maybe take them over to the high schools and talk to some of the young people, and let's re-explain, reimagine, if you would, that word work ethic and how the stick-to-itness. And, the fact that people, for 45 years, nobody called them and told them to get up and go to work. They were motivated by their responsibilities and the things they have to do and had to do to provide for their families. This is a new workforce today, and we certainly need that kind of leadership to be around to teach and train our young people how to stay the course. So thank you again to all of our employees, and a big shout out to Chief Check and Chief Wink Lester from Parks and Recreation. I also want to make mention as we wrap up to remind our citizens to be vigilant throughout this holiday season. This is, as you know, around 5:30, 5:45 now, it gets dark in our community. The time has certainly changed. As you're shopping throughout the holiday season, be alert, be aware, remember where you parked. Maybe, when I go out to the airport now and park at the airport, I take a picture of the letter and the number so I know exactly, and I keep it on phone, because by the time I come back from whatever trip, Ms. Turner, I'm just keeping it real. I just have to remember what is, I said, let me see which one I was supposed to. And with all the construction out there, you really better do it.
Do you feel attacked?
So here, even locally, as you, number one, we encourage you to shop local. Absolutely. Let me get that out. We encourage you to shop local. There are so many merchants, so many small businesses and entrepreneurs right here in Rockdale County, in the city of Conyers, who really would appreciate your business if you shop local and take care of those. Let me tell you something. When you spend your money locally, you impact a dream, a small business person. So there's a lot of shops that have gifts and trinkets that you can pick up for the holidays. Go by and see some of our local merchants and our local small business owners, and let's contribute to them. But please, ma'am, please, sir, let's be careful throughout this holiday season, and be mindful of as you're coming and going and moving throughout this season. Also want to remind everybody that this evening from 5:30 to 7:30 at the J.P. Carr Community Center there on 981 Taylor Street, we're having our annual Board of Commissioners holiday drop-in. And there's so many different events and activities throughout this holiday season. You may not be able to stay with us the whole time. That's why we call it a drop-in. So drop in, love on somebody, get some nice refreshments, and be a part of the festive holiday season as we celebrate this season this afternoon over at the J.P. Carr Community Center. I also want to say thank you again, and I want to, at this time, Commissioners, slow it down just a moment to say thank you to, first of all of our citizens, and to all of the citizens who have graced us with their presence this year in these meetings. We do hear you. We appreciate you. We appreciate you reminding us why and the reasons we've been called to serve. We ask that you continue to be patient with us as we move forward into 2024. Now to the executive leadership team. I want to say thank you to Chief Sanders and the entire executive leadership team. This has been, I've been here a while. I've been here since 2009. And I can't recall a year that it has been as intense as it has been 2023. In the words of Commissioner Washington, we've gotten a lot done. We've been extremely busy this year. When you think about training, career development, staying on the cutting edge, attending the conferences, making sure that Rockdale County not only has a seat at the table, but a voice in the room. They know Rockdale all over the region and across this country. They know us not only by the commissioners showing up, but our staff and our leaders. The executive leadership team is that team that the chairman's office counts on to get the job done day in and day out. No one, absolutely no one, gets anything done by themselves. A thank you to our county attorney, Mr. Carter Begg. A thank you to the executive assistant to the chairman, Ms. Andrea Lee. Let's give them all a round of applause. I want to say Merry Christmas, Happy New Year to everyone. It will be a little bit of a break before you see us again. At this time of the year, Chairman Nesbitt, I will be taking my annual special assignment. You do know what that means. I will be gone for quite some time, and Chief Sanders will be leading the charge as we navigate ourselves on into 2024. A very robust year, and I'm looking forward to taking a break and really spending some quality time with my family. I'm almost always all over this community and this county. So I take this time of the year to completely unplug. And normally when you think about unplugging, if you operate a vacuum cleaner at your house, usually when you finish cleaning, you walk over quietly and nicely to the plug and you pull it out. This time I'm gonna stand in the middle of the floor and I'm gonna snatch it right out of the plug. So I'm gonna completely unplug this year and spend some time with you can see that in the theater of your mind. Is that right, Director Reck? You kind of saw that yank. Did it feel good to you when I did that? Yes, sir. But I want to say thank you to our executive leadership team, Chief Sanders, and all of our top leaders who have been charged with leading the way. Executive Director Rutledge, now Deputy Director Caldwell, now we have
We're
these.
not done yet.
I just want to know is this? Are we supposed to hit these? How does this work?
They twist.
They
So
twist.
Make sure that the other side is pointing away from you.
Oh, okay. All right. We did a little something different this year. So I'm going to hold back for a moment, Commissioners, and I'm going to go to, I'll start with Chief Sanders, and then we'll move our overway to the Executive Director. Chief Sanders, any closing comments as we wrap this year up?
Just wanted to say on behalf of the staff and the directors and executive leadership team that we appreciate the board's support. We have done a lot of work this year, but we need your support and understanding, as well with the leadership development. You know, I've been to a couple of the Executive Director Holmes invites us to speak at different ones, and I have told the story repeatedly, so everyone here has heard it, but maybe you all, that in, you know, all the years I've been here, there's been multiple years that there was about $500 in an entire department's budget, so one person could go to a training. So we have really come a long way, and we're really investing in our staff, and we can see it by the level of people that are promoted from within, that are seeking it on their own. The college degrees, you know, the employees have to invest in themselves with the help of the county. So we appreciate you all. We're getting a lot of work done, and we'll be working while you're gone, so rest assured.
Well, thank you, and thank you all for everything that you all do to make us look good and to work with the dynamics of the three personalities here that make up the Board of Commissioners here in Rockdale County. All right. The dynamics. I'm very diplomatic there, okay?
Just go with what the chairman said.
All right, Executive Director Rutledge, any closing comments or announcements as we wrap this year up?
No, nothing else left to say except for we get one shot to get this right. So ask me one question and then we'll go into it.
Well, I'll certainly ask you this question we've been waiting all year for.
Yes.
And I'm going to ask it right about now. Executive Director Rutledge, is there any need, Commissioners, as you hold that in your hand and prepare to twist it off?
Turn it away from your face.
Turn it away from your face. Turn it away from the
other side. The other side.
Oh, this way. Oh, okay. Okay.
Ooh,
All right.
thank you.
All right. Okay. You got it right? Mm-hmm.
That's which
face the other one.
That's facing me.
Right, you twist there, and it should.
Come this. All right. We'll see what's gonna happen. You know, old commissioners don't jump out of these things.
You know, those folks over there, they like to be dirty, so I'm move, Tony.
Everyone on their own here.
Executive Director Rutledge, is there any need for executive session?
No, Mr. Chairman.
Ladies and gentlemen, this meeting is adjourned.
Mine didn't go off. Here, watch out.
See, that's me trying to be ugly.
Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.